Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So the third and the final test match between New Zealand and England was played at Headingley, Leeds. So New Zealand won the toss and they decided to bat first. So batting first, New Zealand did not get off to a good start and they were reduced to 83 for 4 at one point of time, and then eventually they went to 123 for the loss of 5 wickets. But again, it was their most dependable player of the series, Daryl Mitchell, who stepped up with Blundell, and yet again they formed their repair job for the New Zealand team. Daryl Mitchell scored another century in the first innings at Leeds and he scored 109 runs, whereas Blundell scored another brilliant 50. And so New Zealand managed to score 329 runs in the first innings. Stuart Broad took 3 wickets. Overton was making his debut and he took 1 wicket. Matty Potts took 1 wicket, and then Jack Leach, phenomenal spinner, he picked up a fifer in the first innings against New Zealand. So in reply to New Zealand's first innings, England had a terrible start. Trent Bolt, Tim Southee and Neil Wagner were breathing fire and England were reduced to 55 for 6 at one point of time. And then it was the debutant Overton who joined hands with Johnny Bairstow and they stitched a brilliant partnership of 240 odd runs. Johnny Bairstow, he has had a phenomenal series. He scored yet another century, scoring 162 runs, and then Overton missed out on a well-deserved century by just 3 runs as he scored 97 runs for his team. But then England went out for 360 runs in the first innings thanks to Johnny Bairstow and Overton. So in the second innings, New Zealand started off quite well. Tom Latham scored 76 runs. Then their skipper Kane Williamson, he missed out on a half century by just 2 runs. And then after that, it was once again Daryl Mitchell and Tom Blundell. These 2 players New Zealand have been gifted for this series. Daryl Mitchell scored another brilliant half century, and then Tom Blundell, he scored 88 runs, and New Zealand eventually folded for 326 runs in their second innings. Jack Leach once again picked up a fifer in the second innings, so that means he picked up 10 wickets in the match. Matty Potts picked up 3 wickets, and then Joe Root and Overton picked up 1 wicket apiece. So chasing a target of around 290 odd runs in the fourth innings, England openers got off to a cautious start. But then they were reduced to 51 for 2, and after that it was Ollie Pope who joined hands with their former skipper Joe Root, and they stitched a brilliant partnership for the England team. Ollie Pope scored 80 odd runs and Joe Root also played a phenomenal knock of 88 runs, and then Johnny Bairstow, he came and finished off the innings in style, scoring 71 runs, and eventually England chased down the target. Then they scored 296 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. And so with this win, England have wrapped up the series against the number 1 test team in the world, and they won it handsomely by 3-0. And so Jack Leach was declared the man of the match for this game for his brilliant match figures of 10 wickets in the game, with including 2 fifers. And for the player of the series from the England side, Joe Root was declared the player of the series, whereas from the New Zealand side, Daryl Mitchell was declared the man of the series for his brilliant batting performance throughout the 3 test match series. And so Ben Stokes started his tenure as a test team skipper of the England team quite fantastically. 3-0, that you won't get that any day. So that was a brilliant performance from the England team under the leadership of Ben Stokes. But now the biggest examination for Ben Stokes will be the rescheduled 5th test match against India next week in Birmingham. So England are trailing 1-2 in the series, and we will have to find out whether England can square that series or will India go and clinch the series victory against England. So that's it from now. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching.